Hey everyone, Elle here, back with another Dyson video on my Airwrap. So I wanted to go over a few things. I'm just moving my mirror. That I got some questions on the last video regarding my blowout, how I plan to use the tool in the future, and some clarifications on how I use it. So first of all, my hair was wet in that video. I'm not sure if some of you just aren't familiar with kinky hair, but a lot of the time, like, our hair is not dripping wet and you can't really visibly see the water. Even if our hair is wet, it's just how our hair holds on to water. And I did want to clarify that. My hair was definitely wet. It was towel dried, so it wasn't dripping wet, but it was definitely wet when I was using it. I don't know why I would ever blow my hair out on like dry hair. That doesn't really make sense, but nevertheless, I wanted to clarify that point. Also, when I was doing the smaller sections, usually I do smaller sections on my hair just because of tangling and being able to get to my roots because my hair is thick. As I got to the end of my hair using the Dyson, I realized that I didn't really need to do that. So I was using bigger pieces at the end. Usually it takes me about 2 hours to blow out my hair. It took about an hour with the Dyson, and if I part my hair the way I was parting it at the end, I'm pretty sure I can cut that down even more. So getting my blow dry time in like less than half the time that I was doing before is a really big milestone for me personally. I can't use round brushes on my hair. As I'm like doing a blow dry, it will tangle my hair. My hair is too long. It'll get wrapped up in the brush. I've tried it. It's not pretty. So I just don't want to do that. For me personally, it was awesome. If you have a different hair type than me, my hair is coarse, dense, kinky, curly. I don't really do hair types, but I definitely have like tighter curls and my hair is not silky. So if you have a different hair type, the tool is going to work differently for you. So while I do think that these reviews and demos are very important, I do think that people will still have their own experience, and I think that that's also important to note. I was watching a lot of reviews before, and I already know that the way they were doing their hair isn't going to work for me, and I'm not going to have the same results. So that's another thing. And then also, a lot of people were comparing this to the Revlon dryer brush that they said was around $30, $40, and they feel as if they can get the same results. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I have not tried the Revlon one personally. I actually do not support Revlon as a brand because they have said some shady things and done some shady things in the past regarding black women. That could be an entirely different video, so I'm not getting into that. I am not going to shame anyone for buying Revlon. I just don't buy their stuff because of that. They did get a new CEO recently. Hopefully they are trying to make some changes, some positive changes at their company. So that is that. I will say that my previous dryer is a T3 Evolution that I've had for like 6 years, and I usually tension dry my hair. If you don't know what tension drying is, basically it's holding your hair taut and then taking it down with the concentrator nozzle in order to dry your hair. That's what I had been using before. That is what was taking 2 hours, and that was an amazing dryer for me because even before that, my other dryer, you know, I just had like a cheap one from Sally, and that already performed better, and the Dyson was definitely better than my T3, and it also did get my hair sleeker and straighter than it normally would be with the T3, even if it wasn't completely smoothed out. So the next day I decided to flat iron my hair, and when I did that, then it took me less than 20 minutes to flat iron my hair, which literally never happens in my entire life. It usually takes me probably like 45 minutes to an hour, and that's usually that's using like a cheese to do. And I have an Instyler now, and I really like my Instyler. At first I didn't like it that much, but I actually like it now. So I use my Instyler. It took me less than 20 minutes because my hair was already like almost perfectly smooth. It just needed like that one quick hit. And even on the Dyson site, the black woman, the black model that they use, who has hair that is still, her curls were much looser than mine are. They still had a note. I don't know if some people didn't see it, but they had like a little asterisk and a note that said that these were the results that they got with her after hitting it with a light flat iron after using the blowout. So even they weren't just blowing out the hair. I don't think that it's meant to replace a full flat iron, especially for our type of hair. If you have straight hair, if you have wavy hair, silky hair, you're obviously going to get a different result. Again, my hair is kinky. It is not like that. Another thing is that, so I flat ironed my hair on the next day, what was it, Tuesday? Now it is Friday, and I've just been, wearing my hair in a bun. I haven't really like restyled it. I've been playing with the curlers, but I didn't really do like a whole, I did like one whole set with my head, I think on Tuesday, but then I've just been kind of like going back and forth with using like a few pieces of hair at a time. I did sleep incorrectly on my hair on Wednesday, got up with it frizzy on Thursday, and usually if I do that, then that's like kind of the end of my flat iron. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I don't feel like re-flattering my hair because I don't want to put more heat on my hair, and I usually just end up washing it. But with this one, I just hit it with the Dyson brush a few times, and it sleeked my hair back out pretty much, which is awesome. And so that's going to prolong my flat iron jobs for me. When I straighten my hair, I typically try to keep it straight for at least 2 weeks. I've gone up to a month before using dry shampoo, just so I don't have to continuously style my hair, and I don't have to keep putting heat on my hair. I do not like to do that. Very concerned with heat damage and losing my curls. So I think that that is also very important, that I could do it and fix it that quickly. That's kind of like a major milestone for me. So today I just dry shampooed my hair, sprayed some dry shampoo in it. My scalp was a little itchy. I worked out this week and stuff like that. So I hit it again with the brush just real quick, just like I was like brushing my hair like if I was Marsha Brady, just, and it, got the dry shampoo out. It wasn't getting caught on my hair. It just, I personally just think that, I don't know, I've never used something like that before where it was just so like simple to glide it through my hair. So that is pretty much it. So now we are going to get started. We are going to use the curling attachments today. I have to remember which order to use these in. So let's get started with that. Okay, so let's get started with the curling attachments. So these are basically like curling irons. The airflow is, it tells you which way the airflow goes on the actual things. There is an arrow. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's an arrow that tells you which way to go. The way that I've been doing it has been best for me is to kind of do like the opposite arrow with that side of my hair, because my curls were like going back. If you want to switch up the directions of your curls, you would have to keep switching these, which I think is tedious. So I'm not going to do that. So I'll use the right one. The curls are going this way, or the arrow's going this way for my left side, and do it going left for my right side. Now this is meant to be used on damp hair, not totally wet and not totally dry. They indicate that if you are doing it on dry hair, the curls are not going to hold. I did try it on dry hair because if you have naturally curly, kinky hair, the minute you put water on your hair, it's going to start to revert. So you're not going to get that smooth, silky curl. It's going to start getting frizzy again. So I did contact Dyson about that, and they said that you can use a sea salt spray, which I have here from Gnarly Whale. I have used this for years. And then I also have the Ouai Memory Mist to use on my hair. I did try both of these alone, and I think a combination of the two is going to work the best for me and my hair. So yeah, on dry hair, it made it curl. Like there was a curl, but they fell in like 5 minutes or something. So we are going to try to work this out. I've tested this several times. I'm using the smaller barrel. They have 1.2 and 1.6 inch barrels. I just feel like this one isn't so small that it makes your hair like total, ringlet Shirley temple curls, but it does make it so the curl will last a little bit longer. If you're looking for more beachy waves, I would do the larger barrel. So this is right. I'm going to start on my left side. This has 3 airflow settings over here. So it's like the most intense to the least intense. And then it also has 3 heat settings. Well, 2 heat settings and a cool shot. I'm going to use it on the hottest setting. And let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to part my hair. This is how I, do my hair all the time. I brought my clips today. So that's good. But, okay. So I'll just keep one side of my hair up as I do this. And this is on flat iron hair. Like I said, I dry shampooed my hair earlier today, and then I am I hit it with the Dyson. This is also, so I've noticed that my hair is like so much less tangled using the Dyson than it can get when I have flat iron hair. Like, because I feel like as soon as I sweat or I work out, my hair will start to revert, and then the roots can start to get kinky, and that can cause tangles. So I'm going to do this. So basically the iron is supposed to catch your hair for you. I'll be honest, I really was not getting the catch, like holding it from just holding it and like letting it get on there. I'm looking at how much hair I want to do. Because I think my hair is heavy, so the heavier your hair is, the less likely it is to pick it up. But it was self-wrapping, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna do this, and you need to do fairly small pieces. I did try to do it on larger pieces, but if the barrel gets overcrowded with your hair, then it's harder for it to hold the curl, and it's harder for it to curl the hair. So these like 1/2 inch, like kind of inch, I don't know, sections are gonna work for me. This is what I'm doing today. So I'm going to take my Gnarly Whale Beach Waves sea salt spray, just spray a little bit in my hand so my hands are wet my hair, dampen my hair using the sea salt spray instead of just having wet. So this is my hair. It's going to be slightly wet, but I'm not giving it enough time to revert. So you see how it kind of wraps around itself, and then you can take it out. And then I saw videos of people kind of moving it through the iron as like wrapping it like this, and I don't know why this little piece doesn't want to get on there. Come on, buddy. All right, wrapping it on there and then moving it up. This piece is trying to be very stubborn. I don't know why, but there you go. All right, and then hold it on there for about 15 seconds. Take it to the cool shot. Let it cool down. Voila. So that is how that curls. Please remember that one of the main benefits of doing your hair with the Airwrap as opposed to a curling iron is that it's supposed to be less damaging on your hair. So I could totally use like my T3's curl wand and get awesome curls doing this. And I know mine are gonna last using my T3, but it has a lot more heat on it, and it's basically more damaging to your hair. I think one of the benefits of the Dyson, especially if you have natural hair, is that a lot of the time I only curl my hair once during a flat iron because I don't want to damage my hair. But this, I would be able to curl my hair multiple times. there we go. I feel like it's also important to note that the longer your hair is, the more likely it is for your curls to fall. Also, the more coarse your hair is, the more likely it is for curls to fall a lot of the time. And if you have thin hair too, it can fall because you have very straight hair. But we're gonna do this and keep it going. Please note that the fact that I'm spraying my hair and it's not just damp from my hair is because I have natural hair. If you have straight hair, you would not have to do this. So this is the first section. Took maybe 5 minutes or so. It's not really that much time. I do think, in my personal opinion, that doing the cool shot and having to go back and forth with the cool shot is kind of tedious, but at the same time, because you're not using that high heat on your hair, you do want your hair to cool down, so it'll help lock the curl in place. You see these fall from these ringlets, which is why I use a smaller one, because if they fall a little bit, it's okay. Instead of just going into waves. So I am going to finish the rest of my hair and I will be back. So this is the first half, was probably like 20 minutes. I probably need to go a little faster, but I'm kind of lagging and looking at my phone. Whatever. Alright. So this is what I use on this side. This is the arrows are pointing this way, clockwise. So you just snap it off, snap the other one on, proceed to the other side. So that is what I'm going to do. All right, I'm done. That took maybe like 45 minutes. That's not bad for me for curling my hair, especially doing these small sections. But so I'm looking, and this side, the side I did first, has already fallen quite a bit. It's still curlier than like how I would wear it out. It is a little bit show pageant-y, but I don't know how long it's going to last because it's already starting to fall. And I did use my memory mist over it. Like while I was doing this side, I just kind of like there, just because like trying to get that extra hold in there. I did have a couple of issues with the Airwrap wrapping around my bangs specifically. I don't really know why. That was a little weird. I don't know what would justify that. My bangs are just shorter. I did cut them not that long ago, so the hair is more even there. So maybe it didn't have that like type of hair to hold on to. But I'm gonna go do my makeup and see how these are looking when I'm done. I've not shaken my hair out, and I did use the cool shot on each piece of my hair. Please note, if your hair is damp already, if you have naturally straight or wavy hair or non-kinky textured hair, you wouldn't have to spray if you can just do it from damp hair. You're supposed to have like 85 to 95% dry hair when you do this, so it can be like slightly damp. But because I was trying to keep my hair from reverting, I had to spray the sea salt on each piece of my hair, which is going to make the time more. So just note that. But I'll be back after I finish this, and we'll see how this looks. I'm a little skeptical, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it's only been an hour, and you can see how much these curls have fallen. They're not necessarily like bad. If I was like out and about and this happened to my hair, I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, my hair is ruined, because it's not like it's like frizzy and huge. But the fact that the curls were so springy and tight, and now they're pretty much nothing, and I don't know if I like this spray together. I don't know. I feel like, and I didn't even like I feel like if I wanted to, I could just like rake these out. Like it's just not really doing much for me. And this is the total truth. So I was going to do a wear test over the day, but I don't even think I need to do that because it's only been an hour. Like, this is not, they already fell. So we got an hour wear test in. So this brings me to a dilemma. Now I'm at an odds. Like I said, I did it on using my sea salt spray. I did contact Dyson, and they told me that I could spray my hair with the sea salt spray to dampen it and use that instead of having my hair just fully wet or fully damp and not, you know, from a fresh wash. Your hair is supposed to last longer when it's a little bit dirty because, you know, it has more hold then. And I just don't see myself using this. So while I really think that the brush attachment replaced my T3 dryer, this is not going to replace my T3 clipless curling iron. And now I'm kind of wondering, I mean, you're like, oh my gosh, it's $500, but it comes with 6 attachments. Is it worth it if you can't use or you don't use 4 attachments? Because 4 of the attachments, you have 2 sizes in each of these barrels. So I'm kind of like, ugh. And I love the brush attachment, but I really don't blow out my hair that much. So we'll have to see how the dryer works on my natural curls, like in place of a diffuser. And I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't return this, get the supersonic hair dryer instead, and just use the concentrator nozzle to blow my hair out, and then use the diffuser on my curly hair, because both of those attachments come with the dryer. And I know I've heard like so many rave reviews about the dryer. So I'm like, I don't know. What do you guys think, actually? I'll weigh in. Tell me what you think of, you know, paying this much money for a tool, even if it has multiple attachments, if you can't use some of the attachments. And again, I want to be clear, this review, these are my thoughts on the product, using it on naturally curly, kinky, African-American, black people, whatever you want to call it, type hair. My specific hair texture. If you have straight hair, if you have silky hair, you know, if you have wavy hair, you'll probably, well, I know you're going to get different results. And I've seen some people, you know, leave the curls in forever and they look great. But for me, I don't think my hair is really like rocking with it for the curly side of it. So that's pretty much it for this one. I will be back with another review using the dryer when I wash my hair. So stay tuned for that. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.